Hey everybody, hope everybody's been good. We're going to bring in the ancients. So just give me a couple minutes. A couple seconds. We spoke to you in the last channeling about the age division that's going on amongst your people. The new generation versus the older generation, and how that will be prevalent this upcoming year. And you will see more and more stories of that topic. Also, you will see more stories about water, which we have spoken about in the past. We advise many of you to find a new way of finding a water supply, storing water, looking into filters. Many places will be devastated with finding clean water supplies, which has already taken place. What our main purpose in trying to reach out to everybody is setting up neutral energy, which we've spoken about. On your New Year's Eve, which the energies were ripe for the picking and very strong, a planetary grid of neutral energy was established. This energy will stay established to help combat or neutralize the bombardment of energies to control you. It will help to make the human race have a more clear, conscious decision on what they want and believe in. Now, it's not the answer for everything, but it is a stepping stone. And we have been waiting many, many years for this exact moment of 2020 for it to happen and to set up the planetary grid of neutral energy. It was all aligned to set up this planetary grid. So we advise you to use these energies to reaffirm different beliefs and try to see through the illusion of your world. And the reason for that planetary grid of energy to be set up is very crucial. And we cannot stress this enough to all of you. You live in a world of illusion. You are conditioned from birth through your school system, religions, parents, community, jobs, to think, to act, to believe a certain way. Many of your psychics and channelers, they all claim to pierce into the veil of the spirit world. We want to broaden your horizons and not use that terminology of spirit world. That is a perspective of this matrix. We like to say the energy world because that's where all has come from and all was made and all will be. When you go to other planets or systems or realms and you incarnate into the physical or whatever the structure is of that realm, mental, non-physical, physical, many realms which your language, there are no words to describe. You have your connection to your energy self, and you understand what is really going on. You do not become disillusioned by incarnating into that world unless it's been hijacked like this one. Your planet right now is being bombarded by many, many different energies to control you. And when you enter this matrix of this world, you are conditioned into believing the spirit world, it's structured, it's orderly, it's loving. And we would like to ponder this question upon you, saying, how could the gap between a loving spirit world full of angels be a school of learning in this combative world? The correlation of both do not make sense. And if you stop and think about it, it is asinine to even think that a spirit world that is so loving would be so disruptive on this planet. And you see, when the controllers took over, this planet was a free will planet of exchange of ideas and beliefs. But when your controllers took over, a new system was in place. And in the energy world, based upon the different matrices, so you can correlate, there are different rules and methodology of what is on the energy world and how it correlates with the physical or non-physical or mental, whatever matrix you will be going into. So within this matrix, you believe in angels and spirits, and many of your psychics and channelers, they pull in those energies of those spirits that are set up here. And what you have to understand, angels do not exist in other planets or realms. The spirit world or energy world that is connected to this matrix is very disorganized, as is here. But it is perceived an illusion of it being organized, where it's a place of learning as a soul. And you come to Earth as a school to learn, and then you go back and reincarnate, and they tell you have karma to clean up, and then you come back and forth, and then they condition you. When you are in this matrix right now, you are conditioned to have certain beliefs, and you bring those beliefs back to you, to your spirit world. And we will say spirit world because it's connected to this matrix. And as your soul becomes very conditioned in those beliefs, you may incarnate into a different realm, and you bring those firm beliefs with you. So right now, artificial intelligence is being ingrained into every single human. So after so many series of lives of artificial intelligence, let's combine the simulation of human with artificial intelligence, become the human 2.0. The soul will assimilate with that and have a firm belief. And when it decides to explore other options or planets or systems, it will bring those beliefs with them. And that's how it is spread. And what we are telling you is the soul is being fought over right now. In this matrix, souls reincarnate as humans for food and for energy for your controllers. In what spirit world would you incarnate into this planet as food, as an experiment, and as energy for the dark? It does not make sense. When you pull information from the spirit world connected to this matrix, you don't know where you're getting it from. When you go into other worlds or systems, you are connected to your energy self. That's why we call it the energy world, because it's all energy. And when we touched upon earlier about this planet being set up as, before the controllers took over, and being set up as a library of genetic codes and how to create life, that's what the controllers were after. How to get the codes, how to create life, how to control life, how to build life. That's what this is all about with the controllers, is to control the souls so they incarnate into the physical, so the physical can be set up as a prison and you do what you're told and you are conditioned. This way you are spread out into other systems. And that's how they conquer. And that's how souls become disillusioned. And it multiplies and it continues from one system to another because it is so ingrained in you when you're incarnating into a system that you take those beliefs with you. So when souls that are in a different energetic plane decide that they would like to explore Earth, they have to enter the hub of the spirit world, which is part of the energy world, but it is set up as a system of control like Earth is. It appears orderly and lovingly with angels and so-called heaven, but it's just a maze of a control system, a hub, a waiting area for you to incarnate in here. Your goal is to break the reincarnation cycle and understand that when you pass from this world back to your energy world, you are to aim for yourself. And we know that many of you follow another channeler that has given the same advice, and she is absolutely 100% correct. You will see family, you will see friends, there will be a re-celebration, a recalibration into that system. You need to go to your higher self. And when you connect back to your energetic higher self, then you can see the illusion of what the spirit world connected to this matrix and this matrix is all about. You cannot see it when you're ingrained into the so-called matrix of the spirit world connected to this. You are shown what you are only shown. When the souls must understand when you incarnate into other systems, you do not have guides. You do not have watchers. You incarnate into the physical and you are responsible for yourself and to explore and live life and create life, not within laws or regulations, but as yourself with a clear conscience of what's right and what's wrong. Your conscience becomes diluted when you're in the spirit world, connected to this matrix. And we ponder you this question of, in what reality would it make sense to reincarnate and learn karma when you come into this hostile environment being bombarded by energies, food, chemtrails, air, quality, now cell phone manipulation and artificial intelligence? It is way too much to overcome. You're going to create karma and get confused. It is set up that way. So then when you pass over back into the other side, they'll say, you did not learn your lesson, you must go back. It is beyond any comprehension why a soul would come here to be food for the controllers, whether as flesh or as energy, or to incarnate into this monetary driven slave system that keeps you busy enough to go about your day without figuring out what reality really is. Your reality is an illusion. It's set up for failure. It is not a system of higher learning. It is not a system for souls to learn. Now we will say, you do learn lessons because it is ingrained in you, but it is not the proper or original blueprint of this sector. You are taught many harsh lessons here. But the souls become very curious because not every planet or system is as beautiful as here. There's bountiful amounts of food, love, sex, many pleasures that entice the soul to come here. Maybe you're offered a body of a very beautiful person, rich, and it seems so enticing, and you come in here, and then you lose sight of who you really are. And then the next life they tell you must live the life of a person with a mental illness because it has to balance the life of you being rich or famous or beautiful, and you didn't treat everybody perfectly. We will tell you this is much bigger than the illusion of what's going on with your politics or this world. That is so not important. The main concept of what's going on is artificial intelligence will be assimilated with the humans. And once that happens, your beliefs will be very ingrained within you. Alright, I hope everybody enjoyed that. I know, I'm sorry I broke the connection because I actually was doing a video before and I had to stop at 11 minutes because it just wasn't running smoothly. But I know that, during the first video when, I'm sorry this one ended so abruptly, I just lost the connection. I'm a little tired. The one thing that was coming through that I didn't get a chance to correlate to you guys is that much has to fall apart in order to be fixed. And, we talk about different timelines and whatnot, and what everybody has to understand is you're in this timeline. And yes, you have free will and choice, but you're up against many, many competitive conditioning forces. So try to use the neutral energy and hopefully people can start waking up. Because it is for the soul's purpose to be a free will soul and not to be controlled. So this is much bigger than the physical. And in this world, there is a veil between the physical and the energy world or spirit world that's connected to this, as the ancients said. But in other realms, you're one. And that's what the big thing that nobody talks about is that when you're conditioned as a soul here, you bring that beliefs to other sectors. And that's how the sectors become conditioned or taken over. Take care.